Yo, 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 what up, guys? Looks like we are live. What up with it? It's your boy T Dub, Mr. I am back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. All right, guys, you know what it is, man. Some of you guys may not know me, but it's my backup channel. Main channel got flagged by the unknown, but you know what? It's all cool, guys. Um, I want to talk about Anthony Joshua, Usyk, the meltdown, my thoughts on it, what could happen next, And right now, Anthony Joshua is mentally going through a lot. What we're going to do is talk about that in this video. While I get ready, you make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, subscribe to this channel and my blog channel, What's Blazing the Sports. Let's get it. All right. So I called the fight, Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. A lot of things that I was hoping to see from Anthony Joshua, I didn't see. I didn't see him pressure the smaller man like he should have. I didn't see him cut the ring off like he should have. I didn't see him engage like he should have. There were a couple times. Anthony Joshua did push in. It might have been around like the 9th round. He did, and I like that he went to the body. I'd have loved to see him come up with an uppercut at the end or something, but he had a couple moments. But the thing is, when you are the bigger fighter, you cannot have just a couple moments or a few moments doing that. And it didn't look like Anthony Joshua even picked up until after the 7th or 8th round or something like that. It seemed like he got a little bit more desperate. The reason I say desperate because when he was in the clinch with Usyk, he hit him with that that donkey hit, or I think my kid at Chuck E. Cheese a lot. And you know how they got the games where the little groundhog will pop his head up and you got to hit it before it go down and let him pop up. Well, one time him and Usyk was in the clinch and Joshua just went down on top of their head like donk, donk, donk. Just clocking their head. He got a little dirty with a couple of low blow shots. Definitely, I felt at those times, he was like, man, I'm just going to rough this guy up. I'm going to hit this guy wherever I can hit this guy. I'm going to make the referee do his job. So he went on. Well, Usyk got the decision. I did not see the killer instinct in Joshua no more. I didn't see it. When you are a big fighter and you're going into those later rounds and you see that you have a fresher, smaller fighter in front of you, the last thing you could do is let him dictate. Let him come out trying to establish. Let him have all that ring to move around and make it more difficult for you. And he did. And Usyk got the win, but not without controversy. They tried to make it a split decision for in Usyk's favor. But for a minute, man, I was thinking like, oh man, they're gonna try to rob Usyk. And Joshua had his eyes closed. He was probably thinking, oh man, I hope they rob Usyk. But they didn't. They ended up giving it to him. Two refs had it, I think, in my opinion, too close. One had it for Usyk really close, but I thought it should have been farther. And one had it actually for Joshua. So, it's afterward. This is what a bizarre thing happened. It's afterwards. And I've been telling people for a long time that in Joshua mental, people didn't want to hear it. I said, listen, mental. And people didn't want to hear it because they were looking at his size. They were looking at it the support. They were looking at all his knockouts. But Joshua has displayed over and over and told you so many times that the guy got mental issues. When he's talking about, I read a book, about encouragement and motivation, this guy is always reading something about motivation. That means he doesn't have the courage. He doesn't have it. And don't get me wrong, it's good to always hear something every now and then, but he's reading it trying to get himself. He's trying to, and I really think that when he lost his second fight, reality set in for him. Reality that he's not going to be the champion when that when it's over. He does not have another direct shot at getting those belts. And he might not get any belt for a long time because he either have to go to Usyk or he may have to go to Fury. And either one of those routes for Joshua is hard, man. It is hard. And if Joshua has to fight the Bronze Bomber for a title eliminator, listen, he'll never get it. And I know a lot of people still want to see that fight between Wilder and Joshua. Listen, man, that fight would never have what it should have had on it. That fight should have marked. It should have put a dent in the boxing history where when it's all said and done and they pull up years and years, 1960 to 2000 or something, that should be a little notch where it sticks out in boxing, where they should have said, man, I remember when Anthony Joshua from the UK undefeated came in and fought Wilder undefeated. Man, oh my gosh, right? That should have made like that memorable dent in boxing. And now, it's, man, that I think that I'm not saying the fight can't happen, but I just think that effect that it would have had on boxing, it had never even come close to that. It had never come close to that. I mean, if he got his rematch against Andy, and if he would have beat Usyk, I think it'd have been a good matchup, but never had that again. But now let's get to the meltdown. Smash the like button, guys. Come on in. Listen. I get it's a new channel. YouTube ain't showing no love, but it's okay. It's okay. I know somebody will catch this. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna build. We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna go live, guys. We're gonna go live on fight nights until I can get my other channel back. It might be a minute, but I just hope you guys continue to support. But let's get it. So afterwards, man, Joshua he's looking like he's really ready to fight. Joshua afterwards had more energy and toughness about actually fighting than I think he had in the actual fight. Then it looked like he was looking to confront and rush somebody and do damage. But when he was in a fight with Usyk, he didn't rush him and do damage. And he's talking about Lomachenko, tell me you respect me and then things like that. Then he going up to Usyk, how'd you beat me? How'd you beat me? You're not strong. I'm strong. How'd you beat me? I won. And then he leaves out, gets damn near out, turns around, comes back, and grabs the mic. When he grabs the mic, that's actually the mic dropping point. Matter of fact, that's the jaw dropping point. That's when you're like, oh my gosh. Right? Now the interview. And he's having a microphone. He's telling his history. You're talking about Sonny Liston and blah, blah, blah. The Rocky Marciano. There's a 14-stone fighter. I'm an 18-stone fighter. I'm not a 12-round boxer. Well, listen, I'm going to say this, guys. If you are not a 12-round boxer, then you should plan on not going 12 rounds. Then you should go out there at a seek and destroy mission. It should be a kamikaze mission. That should be it. It should be a seek and destroy. If you lose, hey, that's kamikaze style. You got to go out on your shield. Because you don't fight a 12-round fighter as if it's a 12-round fight. You got to go from the gusto, from the jump. You got to be all in this man's grill. Shout out to Paul Wall. You got to be all in his grill. Shout out to Nelly. But he wasn't. So he's grabbing the mic. Yo, right? He's just going through this whole spiel, man. And if you're a Joshua fan, you're probably getting that secondhand embarrassment. You're probably hoping that, hey, just change it. Say something different. He grabs Usyk's flag. He's rocking the flag. Then Usyk snatches his flags back. It's an embarrassing moment. And now he has to go home and hear about that. Now, I'm going to say this, right? No matter what I thought about Joshua as a fighter, no matter what I thought about Joshua and how he did not want to make the Wilder fight, I'm going to talk about Joshua the man. And I'm gonna talk about Josh from just me being a human. Um, a lot of people want to see him jump right back out there, and honestly, I heard those are plans. And listen, if he's ready for it, go ahead, go get it, champ. But me personally, I would tell Joshua, hey man, let's take about 3 or 4 months off. Take 3 or 4 months off, and plan something with to get him some help. He needs to get some help. He needs to either find that hunger and desire to have that killer instinct from boxing, or maybe retire. And I'm not telling him to, but what would be the point of Joshua if he came back and he don't want to engage anymore? What would be the point if you can't engage with Usyk, who is not a heavy puncher, who he doesn't even commit with 80% of his punches? He's just throwing shit out there and feigning and moving and just staying busy the whole time, just trying to touch you. If you can't engage with this guy, you can't engage with Wilder. You can't engage with old man Ortiz. You can't engage with Andy Ruiz. You can't engage. So, man, but again, I'm hoping that this man get the help that he need mentally. He get the family support and friend support that he need. And I'm hoping that he can find that hunger and desire. And I'm hoping they can give it the right people to just teach this man that you're too big against small fighters. You got to come forward. You know what I'm saying? Against shorter fighters, you can box from a distance. Against smaller fighters, you got to come forward. Smaller, faster fighters. You got to learn to cut the ring off. But again, guys, we're going to find out what's going to happen. If he jumps back in there, in December or something and do work, listen, I'll be here. I'm going to call it. I'm going to look for changes, see what he can do. But like my personal advice, I would like, man, get you some help. Talk to some people. Go through your most traumatic experience in the boxing ring that changed you, and see you can find some healing for yourself, and see if you can find your way back to boxing of the AJ of the old. The AJ of the old, he engaged with Dylan White when the goings got tough. He engaged with Klitschko when the going got tough. After Andy Ruiz, he didn't want to engage anymore. He did not engage in the second fight with Andy Ruiz. He did not engage with not much with either fight. What was it? Support T-Dub. Hit the like button. Show the support. I'm out.